Hey guys, Break here, welcome back to the next episode in my Noob Tries multi-boxing series. Today I'm going to be telling you about my leveling experience. I recently been leveling some hunters and I got to level 100. I got them from 1 to 100 in less than 10 hours. I got them to level 90 in about 7 hours, which was kind of crazy. And then WOD took me a bit longer. It could have taken me shorter time. I wasn't really sure of the best route to take. But anyway, pretty crazy. Just a warning, I was using Recruit a Friend, so I got a couple more accounts Recruit a Friended, so the 4 characters I was boosting did have the Recruit a Friend leveling bonus, which lasts up to level 90. We also had the heirlooms. We didn't have any XP pots though, we didn't use any XP pot apart from the ones you buy with garrison resources from 90 to 100, so I did use that, but nothing too serious. Obviously I did have another account as well for boosting through dungeons, so this is not going to be something that everyone can do, but if you do have Recruit a Friend, you've obviously either got a friend or more likely, I think most people nowadays probably who get Recruit a Friend just Recruit a Friend themselves. So if you are Recruit a Friending, you'll probably have another account, so you will be able to use that to boost your characters and it will go just as quickly. So I'm going to tell you guys how I leveled so fast. I have to say big thanks to Turtle Bacons on Reddit, and big thanks to Wura, one of my viewers, for telling me about this Reddit post. I will link it in the description below. You guys can scroll down into the comments section and find Turtle Bacon's post. It is really good. Works really well still, even though it's quite old. And yeah, it was just crazy how quickly we leveled. Obviously the Recruit a Friend is a massive bonus, like 300%. I was trying to level without Recruit a Friend with this same method and it was really slow. It was kind of painful. But all of a sudden when I had Recruit a Friend it just went so much quicker. So definitely look into the Recruit a Friend bonuses. And if not, then this video probably isn't for you as a guide, but you still might find it useful and interesting, because I thought it was kind of interesting what happened. Basically the whole thing revolves around boosting your leveling characters through dungeons. So I was using a level 100 to boost my other characters, so I was leveling 4 at once, and yeah, you just go through the dungeons with your main and you can just leave the other guys at the entrance. Usually they won't get XP from a lot of the mobs if the dungeon's quite big, but it doesn't matter because most of the XP you get is from finishing the dungeon and is from the dungeon quests, and you still get both of those even if your characters are at the entrance, so you can literally just AFK and level up really quickly. Anyway, I started as a human, 4 humans. You don't have to be humans, but it's best to be around the Stormwind area. If you're Alliance, there's another guide for Hordes. If you scroll down a bit further in that Reddit post, he did another guide for the Hordes. Anyway, I made my humans, and the slowest bit is actually getting to 10, from 1 to 10. Now, with Recruit a Friend, it's still really quick. You just have to kill a few mobs, basically, do a couple of quests, and you get like a level per quest, basically. So it's a bit of a joke, but even so, that's kind of the most annoying part. Once you're at level 10, you go to the Dead Mines. So I flew. Did I fly one of my guys? No, I didn't fly. I have the heirloom mounts. You know, the mount you get from collecting 36 heirloom pieces or whatever it is. So drove that with all my level 10s to the Dead Mines in Westfall and just ran through that just the once, I think. And we went from 10 to 15 in one run. Just killed everything. They started getting loads of XP. I don't think I left them at the entrance for this one, but you can leave them at the entrance. I don't think I did. But yeah, we went from 10 to 15 in one run, which was a joke. We then portaled back to Stormwind, and I ran myself through the stockades. This is such a short dungeon, so you just leave all your boys at the entrance. You run through on your boosting character. It takes about 30 seconds to do a full run, and you get like 2 or 3 levels, and that's going to get you from level 15 to level 22 real quick. So at this point I'm feeling pretty confident because, like I said, I'd done this on some druids without Recruit a Friend, and it had taken like, well, 3 times as long as it would do, and it was kind of annoying. But once I was kind of getting into it, I realised this is actually going to go so quickly. And the next part was to go to Scarlet Monastery, which is quite far away. So what I did is I got on Vial of the Sands on my main character, got another one of my guys to hop on as well, and then we flew over to Scarlet Monastery, me flying on one of my boosting characters on the back. When we got there, we summoned the rest of them and we're good to go. If you don't have a 2-person mount, then that would be kind of annoying to get all the way up there. I don't know the best way to do it, to be honest, but anyway, you go there, you run through the first Scarlet Monastery. First of all, Scarlet Halls, takes a couple of runs, maybe even 1 run. And then you go to Scarlet Monastery, and in like 4 or 5 runs, you've gone up so many levels. You'll be about level 40, level 38, something like that. And it's literally been an hour. It's been like an hour at this point, maybe an hour and a half, and you're already at level 40, which is kind of crazy. You then head on over to Stratholme, which is kind of near the Scarlet Monastery, which is good. And again, you just run that a few times and you get to level 50. Doesn't take long, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, something like that. And you'll be level 50. And then you want to go to Sunken Temple. Sunken Temple, which is in the Blasted Lands or somewhere like that. It's near the Dark Portal anyway. 5 runs of that and you are 58 and you're ready to enter Outland. Now for Outland, you just run Hellfire Ramparts a couple of times. That would get you to around 61, 62, 63, something like that. And then you go over to the Mana Tombs. You just leave your guys at the entrance, run through Mana Tombs a few times, and you're level 68, already ready to enter Northrend. Similar thing in Northrend, we go to Nexus, 68 to 73, and then 73 to 80 is Gundarak. Now, one thing to remember here is you get quite a lot of XP for the bosses. So you know now on the right hand side when you're in a dungeon it will have like the 4 bosses you have to kill, and like the more you kill, the more there are, like the more XP you're going to get per dungeon, because you get a nice chunk after every boss you kill. So in some of the dungeons, when there's like 7 or 8 bosses and like extra bosses, for example, Stratholme, for example, I think Gundarak has quite a few. You get so much XP, especially with the Recruit a Friend. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, Gundarak, you just run until you get to level 80. And again, by this time, it's been about 3 or 4 hours, I'd say. Hasn't really been long at all. And then you've only got 2 more dungeons to get to level 90. Go through 2 expansions, just doing 2 dungeons. So for Cataclysm, you just run Deepholm. You can either leave your guys at the entrance or run them to the second boss, because once you kill the second boss, they can teleport out of the entire instant, and then use the Summoning Stone to summon your level 100 booster out when he's done the dungeon. That's kind of useful. Anyway, you can run Stonecore a few times until you're level 85. I think it's around 4 or 5 runs, so not too bad at all. And then similar in Mists of Pandaria, you just take the teleport straight away and you go to the Jade Temple, run that sort of 5 or 6 times and you're level 90. Simples. The problem with hitting level 90 is that the Recruit a Friend bonus runs out. So then you're kind of stuck. 90 to 100 is a bit slow. Just to get to Warlords, you have to do a few quests. People say you should unlock the garrison, at least unlock a bit of the garrison so you can get the XP pots and everything. So it does slow down a lot during Warlords. Anyway, there's a couple of methods you can do. For multi-boxing, it's quite difficult to do all the bonus objectives because it kind of takes so long with the collecting things, because when you collect one, it usually disappears. So say you have to collect 10 flowers as part of one of the bonus objectives, you actually have to collect 50 flowers to do it on all 5 of your characters, so it takes so long and it's really not worth it. Anyways, you go to Bloodmoor Slag Mines is probably better if you're multi-boxing. That's the place in Frostfire Ridge, the dungeon, and it's a similar sort of thing again. You get your boosting guy to run through, kill all the bosses, your other minions then leave the dungeon, summon your booster out so it's quicker, and then you just keep resetting, and it does take a little bit of time, but eventually you'll get there in, say, I don't know, how many runs does it take? I reckon you get around half a level per run, something like that, so but you'll probably be 102 by then, and you only have to get to 108. That's another thing, guys. You can start Legion at 98, sorry, did I just say 108? You can start Legion at 98, so you only have to get from sort of 92, which you will be once you've done the garrison stuff, to 98, so that's about 6 levels and perhaps 12 runs of the slag mines, and the runs only take sort of 10 minutes max, probably less than that, more like 5 minutes. So again, not too long, a bit annoying because Recruit Friends ran out, but definitely worth it. Once you're 108, you can get the hell out of there, get into Legion, start doing the invasion quests, and then you're kind of sorted. And that's the thing, once you're in the Legion content, it's kind of up to you. You can just spend 15 minutes once per day doing the invasions. With heirlooms, you're going to get over a level per invasion, which is kind of good. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and it's definitely an option. If you can't be bothered to wait though, the other option is just a quest. It's not too bad and gets the job done. Anyway, right now all my hunters are level 110, which is awesome. Very cool bit of leveling experience. I'd never done super speedy leveling before, so it was a new experience for me and it was kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think. Have you got a faster way of leveling? I know some of you like to tell me that you have, and you probably have, to be fair. I'm not saying it's the best by any means, just what I used. But do leave a comment in the comment section down below. Check out my stream, we do a lot of multi-boxing on there if you're interested. And until next time, guys, see ya.